Hello and welcome to another video by Day Night Gaming. In this video, we'll be taking Weaver from levels 1 to 90 in the MMORPG known as Final Fantasy XIV. Due to the high yield of information that will be provided in this video, we will be dividing it up into level brackets starting with levels 1 through 50. For the first 15 levels, if you travel to Sapphire Avenue Exchange using the Aetheryte telepoint and then head due north from the telepoint, you'll find Friderith, the Tradecraft merchant. You can purchase a lot of materials here for cheap, so you don't have to go to the market board, but these are only for levels 1 through 15. Although very notable things that you might want to consider picking up would be rubber, as that will be used pretty much all the way up until level 80. So from the material vendor, purchase 2 copper ingot, 27 hempen yarn, 3 leather, 20 moko grass, 2 rubber, and 6 undyed hempen cloth. After that, head to the market board and purchase 8 aldegoat leather, 1 apkalu down, 7 beast sinew, 1 brass ingot, 1 chocobo feather, 10 cotton yarn, 6 crow feather, 12 dew thread, 1 dodo feather, 4 electrum ingot, 3 lanolin, 22 linen yarn, 1 mithril ingot, 3 silver ingot, 2 toad leather, 22 undyed cotton cloth, 7 undyed felt, 23 undyed linen, 19 undyed velveteen, 13 undyed woolen cloth, 1 wildflower feather, and 10 woolen yarn. Also, please keep note that we will be eating high quality chili crab food, and also on top of that we're going to be drinking high quality cunning craftsman syrup potion. And for our gear, we're always going to be using high quality gear, and when you combine all of these together, you're going to have a lot of control, which will help us high quality the items, and we're also going to get quite a large amount of CP. Also, we won't be listing the crystals used. Please keep in mind that every craft that needs to be done will require crystals of a certain kind. That'll be in the recipe list. Alright, so for those who do not know how to get to the Weavers Guild, we are in the city of Ul'dah. Now, the Weavers Guild does have its own Aetheryte telepoint, so if you've already gotten all the Aetheryte telepoints, you can telepoint directly to it by using the Aethernet crystal to the Weavers Guild. But if you have not done that so far, we're gonna head due east out of the main Aetheryte Plaza. And along the way, we're going to grab the Adventurers Guild Aetheryte telepoint. This is very important because we're going to be coming here quite often. So go ahead and grab that Aethernet now. If you already have that, then go ahead and continue east. We're going to head toward the Steps of Thal. So here we're at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. And at the first fork, we're going to turn right. And then again at the next fork. So we're going to head due south, as you can see here. And once we get to this location, this is where the Weavers Guild Aetheryte telepoint is. From there, we're going to head due southeast into the Weavers Guild. Once we get there, we're going to speak to Maron, the guild receptionist. Going to ask us to join the Weavers Guild, and we're going to say yes. Then speak to Marone again, and this time we're going to grab the level 1 job quest known as Way of the Weaver. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to speak to the guild master, Regilant Rose. Now please remember, we're going to be coming here quite often, so take note of this location. I'm going to go ahead and complete the quest, and this is going to give us the Rusty Needle. Now, you can check to see if it's either in your inventory or your main hand armory. Once you locate it, go ahead and equip it into your weapon slot, and that will change you into a weaver. So check either your inventory or your armory chest for the Rusty Needle. Once we equip it, as you can see here, we are now a weaver. So go ahead and open up your gear set list above the level 1 marker on your character pane. Hit the plus on the new pop-up, and you can drag and drop this new set list. So anytime you want, you can quickly swap to Weaver by clicking your hotbar. Alright, so here we are. Now we're a level 1 Weaver. So go ahead and speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster, and accept the level 1 job quest known as My First Needle. Now we're going to be crafting a spindle of hempen yarn. Now, in case you didn't already shop at the guild supplier at the Sapphire Avenue, you can head to Gigma, the guild supplier, and Gigma sells a small list of materials, not the whole list, but just enough to get you to level 5 or 10. Alright, so now go ahead and open up your crafting log. And it would be under logs. On the bottom right, you see those red circle buttons. And it's the third from the top. You can drag and drop this into your hotbar if you want. That's what I like to do. So here, once you have your crafting log open, we're going to look for hempen yarn, which should be the first one over there. As you can see here, it takes 2 moko grass to make 1 hempen yarn. So we're going to go ahead and synthesize now. If you've never done a craft before, there are 2 bars. There's a progress and the quality bar. The progress bar is when that hits 100%, the craft is completed. The bar underneath that is quality. Once that gets to 100%, then your HQ chance also becomes 100%. So you always want to try to get your quality up to 100%. But you have to also watch your durability. That is your HP of the item. If you get to 0 durability without having 100% progress, the craft automatically breaks and you fail the craft. So we're going to use our one action that we know, and that's basic synthesis, and that's going to immediately complete the progress bar. Now we've crafted a hempen yarn, and we've gotten quite a large amount of EXP for our level. So now that we're done with that, we're going to head to Regilent Rose, the guild master, and complete the quest. And in the item request box, you can right click the item, and that'll make it easier to hand over. But after we complete these quests, you'll notice that we're only level 3, and the required level for the next quest is going to be level 5. So we can't even speak to Regilent Rose to accept the next quest, even if we wanted to. So we're just going to craft some things that we're going to need later anyway. And at this point in time, go ahead and eat any type of food you can. Regardless of the stats that it gives, it'll still give 3% EXP boost, which is great. And now that we have our food active with a EXP boost ready to go, we're going to craft some hempen yarn. So we're going to go ahead and synthesize that now with the moko grass that we purchased earlier. And as you can see here, this craft is going to be very easy, and you're going to get a decent amount of EXP. So 1 basic synthesis will complete the progress bar. As you can see here, now we're level 4. Going to go ahead and synthesize another one. And once again, we're going to use basic synthesis. So now we've crafted 2 so far, and we're level 4. And with those 2, we're going to now craft the undyed hempen cloth. And once again, we're just going to use basic synthesis, and it's going to complete the craft. And there we go. Now we're level 5. And we've learned a very important skill called basic touch. And we're going to be using that to affect the quality of the item, so we can high quality it. Every time we craft a high quality, we're going to get a boost of EXP, which is great. Alright, so now we're going to grab the level 5 job quest known as Once More Unto the Breeches. And we're going to have to craft 3 hempen breeches. Now we're going to try to craft these in high quality. That way we can get a little bit of a boost to our EXP bar. But before that, we're going to go ahead and craft some of the materials needed. As you can see here, we're going to need a bunch of hempen yarn. So we're going to craft 3 in a row for hempen yarn. Every time you complete a craft of hempen yarn, you're going to get 2. So we're going to do it 3 times, so it's going to give us 6 hempen yarn total. And that's going to add to the stockpile that we've already had previously. And we're going to be just using basic synthesis for these to just get them quickly done out of the way. So now that we have our 6 hempen yarn, we're now going to make hempen cloth out of that. So as you can see here, we have 40 durability, and this time we're actually going to try and boost up our quality bar. So whenever I craft high quality items, I kind of want to make sure I have my calculations efficiency box open so I can see exactly how much I get every time I press a button. So we're going to work on quality first. So we're going to use our new ability called Basic Touch that we got when we got to level 5. And you're going to notice it's going to give a lot of quality. And if you look at my efficiency calculation tab, I get 45. Now, just to be safe, depending on what gear you have, go ahead and use Basic Touch 3 times in a row. And once you get to your last 10 durability, you're going to use Basic Synthesis. And that will complete the craft. Even though you're going to hit 0 durability, your progress bar hits 100%. So you still craft it, and it becomes high quality, which is great. Alright, so now we're going to go down to hempen breeches. Now, as you can see here, we have made 1 high quality undyed hempen cloth. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the HQ tab. And now if you look, our quality is now plus 21. But we want more. We want more quality bar. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have enough supplies from Gigma to make all 3 hempen breeches, because we don't want to make just 1, we want to make 3. Alright, so now that we got all of that, we're going to use our 1 HQ undyed hempen cloth. And as you can see there, we already have 21 quality going right into the craft without having to do anything. Now keep in mind we have 60 durability. That basically means we have 6 actions that we can do. If you look at our progress calculations box, we get 10 out of every progress we do. Since we need 21 progress, that basically means we're going to need to save 30 durability in order to complete the craft. That means we can hit Basic Touch 3 times, bringing us to durability 30 out of 60. And for the remaining 30 durability, we're going to use Basic Synthesis. And this should high quality the hempen breeches, but if it doesn't, it's okay, because you don't get extra EXP for turning in high quality for this quest. It basically yields the same for normal quality or high quality. And the only reason why we're trying to go for high quality is because actually crafting the item will give us more EXP if it's in high quality. So we've crafted 1, but we have to craft a total of 3 of them. But before we craft the other 2, I'm going to show you how to craft some high quality materials, because at this level it's actually very cheap to gain EXP through crafting, because most of the items we're going to be buying come straight from the vendor. So we're going to be crafting 20 high quality hempen yarn, and because every time we craft hempen yarn we get 2 of them per craft, so we're going to craft it a total of 10 times, which will yield us 20 high quality hempen yarn. So go ahead and synthesize that now. And as you can see here, we're going to have 40 durability to play with. And we already know that 1 basic synthesis will complete the progress bar. That means 10 of it is going to be used for completing the progress, so we still have 30 durability for quality. So we're going to do Basic Touch 3 times in a row. And that 3 times is going to max out our quality bar, and with the remaining 10 durability, we can use Basic Synthesis to complete the craft. So now you know how to do that. Go ahead and repeat this 9 more times. And after we've crafted 20 high quality hempen yarn, we're then going to continue and we're going to make some undyed hempen cloth. Alright, so here we go. We're getting quite a large amount of EXP, as you can see here. Now that we have 20 of them, we should be very deep into level 8, almost level 9, which is great. So like I said, we're going to be now crafting some undyed hempen cloth, and we're going to be crafting 4 total that we're going to use to craft our high quality hempen breeches. So go ahead in your crafting log, go to undyed hempen cloth, which should be the second from the top, and go ahead and load in your 2 high quality hempen yarn. As you can see here, in this crafting log box at the top right, you'll see this 44 in blue. That means we're going to start with 44 right when we start. If you use normal quality materials, you'll see that it goes down to 0. So go ahead and hot load your 2 high quality materials and synthesize. And as you can see here, we already have 44 out of 88 quality bar done, which is really great. It's going to make things very easy to high quality this item. If you press basic touch 1 or 2 times, you'll notice that your quality bar is already going to max out. And 1 basic synthesis to complete the craft. And we're going to go ahead and craft 4 of these. Now if you want, you can use 0 high quality materials, and it's still very easy to max out the quality bar with just 2 to 3 basic touches and 1 basic synthesis to complete the craft. So now that we have our high quality hempen cloth and our hempen yarn, we're going to open up our hempen breeches, and we're going to go ahead and hot load these materials in there, and we're going to get 54 quality just by using high quality materials. So as you can see here, our bar is already filled up 12%, which is great. So if we do 3 basic touch in a row, that will leave us with 30 durability, and we can use those last 3 actions on basic synthesis just like before. And there we go, we've crafted another high quality hempen breeches, and we're gonna go and craft a 3rd one now. And it's up to you how many high quality materials you want to use. This time we're going to use 0, just so you can see how easy it is to high quality the item without high quality materials. So we're going to do 3 basic touch in a row. And we still have 30 durability left after doing that, as you can see here. Now if you want, you can use Master's Mend, which we got at level 7, and that'll actually return 30 durability back to you. So we're going to go from 30 durability up to 60 if we use Master's Mend. But keep in mind, this does use a lot of CP. But as you can see here, we're back up to 60, which gives us a few more actions of basic touch, depending on how much CP we have left. And remember, you're going to need 30 durability in order to complete the progress bar. There we go. Now we've crafted 3 high quality hempen breeches. And if they're normal quality, that's okay. Alright, so now we're going to head to Regulant Rose and turn in these 3 hempen breeches that we just crafted. So go ahead and right click into the item request boxes and hand over all 3 hempen breeches. Do you really want to trade a high quality item? Yes. Now it's up to you what reward you want. I'm going to go ahead and choose the Allegan tin pieces, but if you want, you can go ahead and choose the gear. Now as you can see here, we're level 9, almost level 10. And it would require us to be level 10 in order to get the next quest. So we're going to be crafting a couple more things just to level up. And we want to get to level 9 so we can unlock Inner Quiet. So we're just going to go ahead and craft us some gear that we can use. Then this will save you a little bit of money. So go ahead and scroll down, and we're going to be looking for the Hempen Shepherd's Tunic. As you can see here, it has craftsmanship. This will make it easier to craft stuff. And we're going to go ahead and make it in high quality. Now remember, we've already crafted high quality materials that we're going to go ahead and use now. And if you need to, go ahead and buy some materials from the shop if you don't have any copper ingots on you. So go ahead and load in whatever high quality materials you want to use. And then we're going to go ahead and synthesize this hempen shepherd's tunic, and we're going to craft it into high quality. So as you can see here, we already have quite a lot of the quality bar already done. And we get 10 progress per basic synthesis, and there's 36 progress we need to go through, which means we need to save 40 durability. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 basic touch in a row. 1, 2, 3. Now we're down to 30 out of 60 durability. So we're going to use Master's Mend to bring us back up to 60 out of 60. That'll leave us 2 more actions that we can use on basic touch. So 1 and 2. That'll bring us down to 40 out of 60 durability. And now we're going to use the remaining 40 durability on basic synthesis. So that leaves us 4 actions. And that should complete the progress bar. So 1, 2, 3, and now our 4th one. Now we've crafted a high quality hempen shepherd's tunic. Now we can go ahead and equip this now, and it's going to give us a boost to our craftsmanship, which is really great. So go ahead and equip it. But we're still level 10, and remember, we want to get to level 11. It's very important for this next section of the video. So after we equip our hempen shepherd's tunic, go ahead and open up your crafting log again. And this time we're going to be crafting our gloves. And this is going to give us even more stats. And as you can see here, the nice thing about Weaver is you can actually craft a lot of your gear. This will save you a lot of money as well. So now we're going to be crafting the hempen short gloves. And go ahead and use whatever high quality materials you want to use to give you a boost to your quality bar. So go ahead and synthesize now. Now as you can see here, we get 12 progress every time we use basic synthesis, and the progress bar needs 36. So if yours is the same as my screen, that means you need to leave 30 durability just to do your progress bar, and the remaining we can use on quality. Now if yours isn't, then you're gonna have to make sure you leave 40 durability. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and do 3 basic touch in a row, bringing us to 30 durability. After that, we're going to use Master's Mend. That's going to bring us up to 60 durability. Then we're going to go ahead and do basic touch twice in a row, bringing us down to 40 durability. And with the remaining 40 durability, we're going to go ahead and do basic synthesis because we should be out of CP. And there we go. We've crafted high quality hempen short gloves. Now you can go ahead and equip this as well. So the next item we're going to be crafting is an amateur's kurta. And the reason why we're crafting this one, even though it's the same body part, we want this item because it specifically gives us control. And control is a very important stat, is because that directly affects how much quality we get whenever we use a quality enhancing action. So it's going to make things a lot easier to high quality. And this is going to replace the body that we just crafted. Now, as you can see here, it takes 42 progress in order to complete the craft. And we get 12 progress per basic synthesis, which means we're going to need 40 durability reserved just for the progress, just like before. So we're going to start off, we're going to do 3 basic touch in a row. So 1, 2, and then 3, bringing us to 30 durability. Then we're going to do Master's Mend, bringing us up to 60. Then we're going to do 2 more basic touch, bringing us back down to 40 durability. That should max out our quality bar. And we're going to use the last 40 durability on 4 basic synthesis in a row to complete the progress bar. After doing so, we've now crafted a high quality amateur's kurta. And now we're level 11, and as you can see here, trait acquired, inner quiet. This is very important because this is going to make it much easier to high quality things going forward. Alright, so now we're going to head back to Reginald Rose and we're going to grab the level 10 job quest known as Alternative Applications. Now, we're not going to actually do this quest just yet. We're going to take a break from job quests. And now we're going to work on doing Lev quests. And we're going to go all the way up to 50 using Lev quests. Because now that we have Inner Quiet, it's going to be much easier to craft these hard, high-level crafts. So we need to head to the Adventurers Guild. And we're going to do that by exiting the Weaver's Guild, heading toward the Aetheryte Telepoint, and going to the Adventurers Guild. Once we arrive there, we're going to head due west up the stairs right behind us and into the quicksand. Once we get inside, we're going to look for Eustace the Levmet. Now, it's very important to note that we're going to be taking Lev quests from level 11 all the way up to 50. And the nice thing about Lev quests is when you turn in the items in high quality, you get double the amount of EXP. So we always want to make sure we high quality every item we make from here on out. So we're going to be grabbing the level 10 Lev quest known as Keep It Under Wraps, as well as Workplace Safety. Now this is going to have us crafting a high quality cotton scarf and a high quality cotton turban. Now, because we have to high quality these items, I'm going to show you the gear that I used. Now, the level 1 weapon is still in use in our main hand, so we're still using the rusty needle. But everything else we've upgraded. So, pretty much everything's at least level 9 or higher. And this is very important because, like I said, we really need to make sure we high quality the items. Alright, so with gear out of the way, please keep in mind that you can craft the body and the legs. Alright, so let's go and open up our crafting log, and we're going to be crafting a cotton scarf. Now we're going to be using normal quality materials from here on out. If you want, you can craft your own high quality materials, and that will make things a lot easier. But for sake of speed, we're just going to be using normal quality materials. So we're going to go and synthesize here. Now we have 70 durability to work with. And as you can see here, we get 20 progress every time we use basic synthesis. And we have to get through 55. So we basically need to save 30 durability for our progress bar. So we're going to start off by doing 4 basic touch in a row. And the nice thing is, now that we have Inner Quiet, every time we use an action that affects quality, we're going to get an Inner Quiet stack up to a maximum 11. And that's going to make it much easier to high quality our items, because every stack we get, we're going to gain 10% efficiency on any touch action. So now, as you can see here in our buff tray, we have 1 stack of Inner Quiet. The efficiency is just currently at 69 with our basic touch. Doing it a second time, now we're at 75. A third time, now we're at 81. So as you can see here, every time we use a touch action, it gets bigger. So now that we've done 4 basic touch in a row, we have 88 on our efficiency. Now we're going to use Master's Mend to bring us up to 60 out of 70 durability. Then we're going to go ahead and do basic touch 2 more times, bringing us to 40 durability. And we're going to use the remaining durability on basic synthesis. And as you can see there, we should have crafted a high quality cotton scarf. So now we're going to be crafting a high quality cotton turban. So go ahead and put that in our recipe search. And now we're going to go and synthesize. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing. Now, we only have 60 out of 60 durability. But just like the previous craft, we still had 10 left over, so it's okay. So we're going to do 3 basic touch in a row, bringing us to 30 durability. Then we're going to do Master's Mend to bring us to 60 durability. Then 2 more basic touch, bringing us back down to 40 durability. And with the remaining durability, we're going to do 4 basic synthesis in a row. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality cotton turban. So now that we have these 2 high quality items, I'm going to show you where we're going to turn them in. Now, keep in mind that one of these is Rorich, and he's generally the person we're going to be bringing our Lev quest to. And the other one's going to be Mimina. And the only reason why I wanted to grab this Lev quest is because I wanted to show you the difference between the 2 locations. Now, we always want to be doing Lev quests that turn into Rorich because he's right outside the doors, doesn't require that much travel. So we're going to go ahead and turn in Workplace Safety into Rorich now. And we're going to go ahead and hand over our high quality cotton scarf that we crafted. Do you really want to trade a high quality? Yes. And then we're going to complete. And as you can see there, we got a lot of EXP. Pretty much jumped straight up to 14. Okay, so now I'm going to show you why we don't actually want to be doing any other Lev quest that doesn't turn into Rorich between 1 and 50. Because this Lev quest, we're going to turn into Mimina. We have to travel. So we're going to head to Western Thanaland to turn this one in. Teleport to Horizon. Yes. And see, this travel time is actually going to eat up in our speed time, but it's also going to take Gil to teleport. And it's also going to have loading screens. It's going to really eat up a lot of time. So we're going to do it just this once. Let's go ahead and hand over our high quality cotton turban. But from here on out, from 1 to 50, we're only going to be turning into Rorich. So you always want to make sure you check your Lev quest to make sure you're going to Rorich. Alright, so now we're level 16, which is great, which means we can start doing the level 15 Lev quest. So we're going to head all the way back to Ulda. And we're going to head back to the Adventurers Guild. So here we are at Eustace the Levmet, and we're going to be grabbing the level 15 job quest. Now I'm going to show you the gear that I use for this section. You're going to notice there's only been a few changes. That's primarily the main hand weapon, the earrings, and the wrists. Everything else is still the same from previous. So if you need to, go ahead and pause to see what gear I used. But I'm basically using the best gear that I can. Now we're going to go ahead and open up our Lev quest by speaking to Eustace, and we're going to be grabbing the level 15 Lev quest known as Don't True So Hard, as well as Read the Fine Print. And if you scroll down, you'll notice in the information section that both of those turn into Rorich. Alright, so that's going to have us crafting a high quality cotton shepherd's tunic as well as a high quality initiate slops. So go ahead and put shepherd's tunic into the crafting log, and we're going to be wanting to craft the cotton version. So go ahead and synthesize that now. Now, looking at our efficiency calculations, we get 24 progress every time we use basic synthesis, and we need to do 63, which means we need to save 30 durability in order to complete the progress bar, which is okay because we have 70 durability to play with. So we're going to be doing 4 basic touch in a row to bring us down to 30 durability. So Once we get to that, we're then going to do Master's Mend to bring us up to 60 durability. And we have room to do 3 more basic touch if you need to, if your quality bar hasn't maxed out at 100% yet. And once you get down to 30 durability, we're going to use the last 30 on basic synthesis, because we're going to do that 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality cotton shepherd's tunic. But we still have to craft a high quality initiate slop, so go ahead and put that in your crafting log. And then go ahead and synthesize. Now we get 24 progress every time we use basic synthesis, and we need 74 progress. Now, because of that, that means we need to save at least 40 durability. But it's okay because we have 70 durability to play with. So now we have a new ability called Waste Not. So we're going to go ahead and activate that now, so I can show you how it works. And what that does is every time we use any action that would use up durability, it uses half. So as you can see here, we did basic touch, and instead of going down by 10, it went down by 5. So we're going to do 4 basic touch in a row, bringing us to 50 durability. Then we're going to go ahead and do Waste Not again, and we're going to follow that up with 2 more basic touch, just in case you haven't already maxed out your quality bar. And then for the rest of it, we're just going to do our 4 basic synthesis in a row. And that should leave us with some more durability to spare, because we still had 2 more Waste Not 2 stacks. And there we go. High quality initiate slops. So now that we have both of those, head back to Rorich and turn them in. So we're going to go ahead and turn in our cotton shepherd's tunic. Do you want to turn in a high quality? Yes, complete. Then we're going to go ahead and turn in our initiate slops. Do you really want to turn in high quality? Yes, and complete. And there we go. Now we're level 21. Now, level 21 is really nice because you get a lot of great skills, but also you open up the ability to get triple turn-ins on certain Lev quests. So we're definitely going to be doing those as much as we can, because you get a lot of EXP by doing triple turn-ins, generally speaking. Now, it's not always the case, but most of the time it's best to do a triple turn-in. So we're going to be grabbing New Shoes, New Me, as well as Hitting Below the Belt. And Hitting Below the Belt is really nice because this is the one that's the triple turn-in. So I'm going to show you that later. But first I'm going to show you the gear that we use for this section of the video. Now you'll notice a lot of things are the same. The only difference is we added 2 rings now, which is really nice. But everything else is still the same. We haven't replaced any gear from the previous section of the video. Alright, so it's very important at this point to always make sure that you have food active, because you really want to get that extra 3% on your EXP. So go ahead and open up your crafting log. And for the first one we're going to do is we're going to craft cotton dress shoes. So as you can see here, we have an efficiency of 24 and we need 75, which means we're going to have to basically save 40 durability. So we're going to start off with Waste Not. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And the reason why we're doing this is because Standard Touch actually combos off of Basic Touch, which is really powerful. Then we're going to do Waste Not again, and then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, That should max out your quality bar. And for the remaining 40 durability, we're going to go all in on basic synthesis to complete the craft. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should do it. There we go. We've crafted a high quality cotton dress shoes. So now we're going to be crafting a high quality cotton breeches of crafting. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and go ahead and search for cotton breeches of crafting. Alright, so now we're going to go and synthesize that now. And as you can see here, we get 24 progress every time we use basic synthesis, and we're going to need to do 68 progress. So we're going to need to leave 30 durability for that. So we're going to start off with waste not, followed by basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, bringing us to 50 durability. Then waste not again, basic touch, standard touch, and then the rest of it we're going to do basic synthesis to complete the craft. And there we go, we've crafted high quality cotton breeches of crafting. Now in case you want to, you can craft one of these for yourself, because they're actually a really good equipment. Then we're going to head to Rorich, the independent importer, and we're going to turn in first new shoes, new me. Do you want to turn in a high quality? Yes, and complete. Okay, now remember, hitting below the belt is a triple turn in. So we're going to go ahead and turn in our high quality cotton breeches of crafting, complete. And here, if you take a look, it's going to say submit additional items. And you're going to want to say yes, but you don't have any to turn in just yet. So instead, for now, we're going to decide later. So we have to make 2 more high quality cotton breeches of crafting. And we're just going to go ahead and repeat the same rotation that we did earlier. So go ahead and open up your crafting log, and we're going to craft the cotton breeches of crafting. And we're going to try to go through this as fast as possible. We're going to use the same rotation. So waste not, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, waste not, basic touch, standard touch, and then basic synthesis until you complete the craft. Alright, so now that we've crafted 2 extra high quality cotton breeches of crafting, we're now going to turn them into Rorich. So submit additional items, yes. Hand over, yes. And complete. And then submit additional items, yes. Hand over, yes. And complete. And there we go, we've gotten a large amount of EXP, as you can see from that 1 lev quest. So that's a good example of a triple turn-in. So here we are back at Eustace the Levmit. And now we're going to be grabbing the level 25 lev quest known as He's Got Legs. Now there's also a triple turn-in. So we're going to be turning in 3 high quality Velveteen Sorrowwells per lev quest. And we're going to be doing this lev quest twice. So we're going to be crafting 6 total Velveteen Sorrowwell. So go ahead and open up your crafting log now and put in Velveteen Sorrowwell in the recipe search. And as you can see here, we have a durability of 70. So this craft is a bit more difficult than normal, because normally we'd have 80 durability on an item like this. So there is a bit of a change halfway through. So we're going to start off with waste not. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. That should bring us to 4 inner quiet stacks. Now we're going to do waste not. Then we're going to do basic touch, and then standard touch. And if you haven't completed your quality bar, you can do another standard touch. And that should max out your quality bar at that point. And then with the remaining durability, go ahead and finish off the craft by using basic synthesis 4 times in a row. And there we go, we've crafted a high quality Velveteen Sorrowwell. So here we are at Rorich, the independent importer. And we're going to go ahead and turn in our high quality Velveteen Sorrowwells. Now please keep in mind that I did fast forward through the video. So what you're seeing now is the second time I'm turning in He's Got Legs and turning in our final 3 high quality Velveteen Sorrowwell. And this should get us to about 70% into level 31. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the gear that we use for this next section of the video. You'll notice that there are quite a large amount of upgrades, because now that we're level 31 we have access to a lot of powerful gear. But we did not change the main hand or the offhand or the earring. So we'll be changing those later on in the video. But all the armor, the neck, the wrist, and both rings, they've all been upgraded. And we're definitely going to need these upgrades because the next set of crafts are much more difficult than the previous bracket. Alright, so we're going to speak to Eustace the Levmet, and we're going to be grabbing the level 30 Lev quest known as By the Short Hairs. And we're going to be doing this Lev quest twice, but please keep in mind that these are single turn-ins. So we're only going to be crafting 2 Velveteen robes. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and search up Velveteen robe. And we can go ahead and synthesize these now. So we're going to start off with Waist Knot, followed by Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And because you upgraded your gear at this point, we have a lot more CP. And because there's also an 80 durability craft, we're then going to do Waist Knot, followed by Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And that should bring us to 8 Inner Quiet stacks. And at this point, you should have maxed out your quality bar. So we're going to use the remaining durability on 4 basic synthesis. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And after that, you should have crafted a high quality velveteen robe. But remember, we're going to have to craft a total of 2. So go ahead and craft 1 more. And then once you've done that, go ahead and head to Rorich, the independent importer, and go ahead and turn in the Lev quest. Now I did fast forward, so this is the second time I'm turning in this Lev quest. So remember, you have to do this Lev quest twice, and you have to craft 2 Velveteen robes total. After that, we should be level 36, so we're going to head back to Eustace the Levmet. And now we're going to be grabbing the level 35 level quest known as Crunching the Numbers. Now this one is a triple turn-in. So we're going to be crafting 6 total linen hats, and we're going to be doing this Lev quest twice. So we're going to go ahead and synthesize now. And we're going to start off just like the previous craft with Waist Knot. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, bringing us down to 60 durability with 4 Inner Quiet stacks. And then after that, again, we're going to repeat that. So we're going to do Waist Knot into Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. That's going to bring us to 40 durability with 8 Inner Quiet stacks. And with the remaining 40 durability, we're then going to use the remainder on 4 basic synthesis. And after that, you should have crafted a high quality linen hat. But remember, we're going to be crafting a total of 6 of them. And we're going to be doing this Lev quest twice. So after you've done all of that, head back to Rorich, the independent importer, and go ahead and turn them in. And I've already fast forwarded through this part of the video, so this is my second time turning these in. So some additional, yes. Hand over, yes. Complete. Some additional, yes. Going to hand over our third one, yes, and complete. And now here we are, we're level 41, which is really great. So now we're going to head back to Eustace the Levmet. Now I'm going to show you the gear that we used for this section of the video. We upgraded our main hand and our offhand weapon. We're still using the same armor and the same accessories that we used previously. But upgrading to this main hand and offhand weapon is going to give us a large boost to our craftsmanship and our control, which we're definitely going to need. So now we're going to speak to Eustace the Levmet, and we're going to grab the level 40 Lev quest known as Party Animals. And we're going to be doing this Lev quest twice. And we're going to be crafting 6 linen deerstalkers because this is a triple turn-in. So go ahead and in the crafting log, search for linen deerstalker. So we're going to start off with waist knot. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. Now here's where we're going to do a bit of a deviation. We're now going to use a buff called innovation, and that's going to increase the amount of control we get for these actions. And the reason why we're not doing it in the beginning is because we have a very low amount of inner quiet stacks. But at this point now we have 4 inner quiet stacks. So this is going to give us a sizable amount of quality every time we use a touch action. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So now we have our buff active. And then we're going to do our normal waist knot, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch rotation, bringing us to 8 inner quiet stacks and bringing us down to 40 durability. At this point you should have maxed out your quality bar, so we're going to use the remaining amount of durability on basic synthesis to complete our progress bar. And there we go, we've crafted a high quality linen deerstalker. But remember, we're going to be doing this left quest twice, so we have to craft a total of 6 of them. I've already fast forwarded through that just like before, so I'm turning in our final 3 now. So go ahead and complete some additional, hand over, yes, and complete, and some additional, yes, hand over, and complete. So now we're level 45, and we're going to head back to Eustace to Levmet. And I'm going to show you the gear that we use for this section of the video. And the only thing we changed is the earring. But as you can see here, everything else is still the same from when we upgraded at level 40. But the earring definitely needs to be upgraded at this point. We need that extra bit of CP that we're going to get from it. And we're pretty much going to be using this until we get to like level 52. So it's a great time to upgrade anyway. So here we are at Eustace to Levmet, and we're going to be grabbing 2 different Lev quests. We're going to be grabbing both level 45 Lev quests, Glad as a Hatter, as well as Sing It Through to the End. So for Glad as a Hatter, it's a single turn-in, so we're going to be crafting 1 felt hat. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and search up felt hat. And we're going to be doing waist knot, then basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And now we're going to be making another deviation at this point. This time we're going to do waist knot and then innovation. And that's going to leave us with an odd number of durability. And I'm doing this so I can show you the differences between even and odds. So go ahead and activate waist knot. Then we're going to do innovation. And now we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch. Our waist knot is going to fall off. And then we're going to do standard touch. And that's going to bring us to 45 durability. Now when we're using durability increments of 10, that 5 is like having a full 10. So now that our quality bar is maxed out, we're going to finish off with 3 basic synthesis in a row. And as you can see here, we have ended with 5 durability. It's the same as if we ended with 10 durability. Alright, so now we have to craft 3 woolen smocks because Seeing It Through the End is a triple turn-in. And we're going to do the same thing. Waist knot, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. Bringing us to 4 inner quiet. Then we're going to do waist knot and then innovation. Basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, using up all our waist knot stacks. And then standard touch to use up our last innovation stack, just like before. Now we're at an odd number of durability, and we're gonna use the rest of it on basic synthesis. So 1, 2, 3. And as you can see here, we still have 5 durability left over. So go ahead and make 2 more of those woolen smocks, and after you've done that, head to Rorich, the independent importer. And first we're gonna turn in glad as a hatter, and we're going to turn in our 1 felt hat. After that, then we're going to turn in Sing It Through the End and turn in our 3 high quality woolen smocks. And there we go, we should barely be into level 50. So at this point now, we're going to head back to the Weavers Guild, and we're going to continue on where we left off with our job quests. So now that we are level 50, we have unlocked something called Quick Synth. So open up your crafting log, and in the recipe search, look up hempen cloth. And we're going to be making 12 undyed hempen cloth. So click the Quick Synth button next to the Synthesize button, and we're going to put 12 in the box. Make sure you have food active so you get the EXP boost. And go ahead and synthesize. Now some of these might come out high quality. So after you make your 12, you need to make sure you turn in 12 of the same quality. So any high quality items, you're going to need to locate them in your inventory, right click them, and lower quality. Then it's going to ask you if you want to lower quality. Click the box and hit yes. Then go ahead and drag and drop that into your previous stack, so now you have a full stack of 12 of the same typing. And then go ahead and speak to Regilent Rose, the Guildmaster, and hand over what you just crafted. Now we're going to speak to Regilent Rose again, and this time we're going to grab the level 15 job quest known as Practical Needs. So now we're going to speak to Rawaruka. Now remember this location because we're going to come here quite often. And we're going to head toward the Miners Guild. So make sure you grab this Aetheroid Telepoint in case you haven't already gotten it. And after speaking to Rawaruka, head back to the Weavers Guild, and we're going to speak to Regilent Rose, the Guildmaster. So here we are. Go ahead and speak to Regilent Rose. And now we're going to be crafting 2 items, a cotton scarf and a cotton shepherd's slops. We're going to start with a cotton scarf. Now we have way over leveled the difficulty of this, so it's going to be very easy. So go ahead and start off with Waste Not 2, which is a new ability we just obtained by being 50. Then do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And that should easily max out the quality bar. And then use 2 basic synthesis to complete the progress bar. And there we go, we've crafted a high quality cotton scarf. So now let's craft the high quality cotton shepherd slops. So go ahead and open that up in your crafting log. And we're basically going to be doing the same rotation that we just did, as this craft is very easy. It's only a level 15 craft, as you can see here. So we're going to start off with Waste Not 2. And that's going to give us 8 turns of half durability cost. And we're not even going to need to use all 8 of those turns, but it's good to get used to using that. So now we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. That should complete the quality bar. If not, you can go ahead and do Basic Touch, Standard Touch again, but you should have completed it at this point. So go ahead and do Basic Synthesis twice in a row to complete the progress bar. And there we go. Crafted high quality cotton shepherd slops. So now that we have both of those, go ahead and speak to Regilent Rose, the Guildmaster, and turn in both cotton scarf and cotton shepherd slops to complete the quest. So now, after that, we're going to go ahead and speak to Regilent Rose again, and we're going to grab the level 20 job quest known as Materia Concerns. And this is going to have us speaking to Mama Jaru, so we're going to head to the main Aetheroid Plaza. So you can directly teleport there now if you want, or if you want to save some gil, you can head to the Aethernet Shard above the Weavers Guild and head to Olda Aetheroid Plaza. Once we get there, we're going to exit out the steps in front of us, and we're going to head due west a little bit and speak to Mamojaru, who is very close to Rainier the clothier. After that, go ahead and head back to the Weaver's Guild and speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster. And now we're going to have to craft cotton actin, and we're then going to have to meld a materia into it. So go ahead and open up your crafting log, and in the recipe search, look for cotton actin. We're going to start off with waste knot 2. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And if you need to, you can do another basic touch and standard touch. You have a lot of durability to play with. Once you max out your quality bar, then do 2 basic synthesis to complete the progress bar. And there we go, we've crafted a high quality cotton actin. But we're not done yet. We have to meld any materia into it. So you right click the item in your inventory, and if you do not have meld as a listed option, you can head to the Aetheryte Crystal and head to Sapphire Avenue Exchange. And there's a materia melder next to the market board. But if you haven't unlocked materia melding at all, then we're going to have to travel to Central Thanalan, and we're going to take the Black Brush Station teleport. And we're going to unlock materia melding. Now this is separate from the job quest that we're doing. So if you already have this unlocked, you can skip to further in the video. But go ahead and mount up onto your flying mount, and we're going to head due northeast. And we're going to speak to Koko Samu first. And we're going to grab the level 15 job quest known as Marvelously Mutable Materia. After that, we're going to speak to Mudamix Bubbly Pots to complete the quest. So now we're going to speak to Swinbros. And we're going to grab the level 19 quest known as Forging the Spirit. Then we're going to speak to him again to complete the quest. And now we're going to speak to Fahobas and grab the level 19 quest known as Waking the Spirit. And once you've completed all the quests in this little alcove, then you're ready to meld materia. So now locate your cotton actin in your inventory and right click it and meld materia. Then in the materia melding pop-up, select cotton actin and then select the cheap materia that you want to put in and go ahead and meld it. Alright, so now that we've melded our high quality cotton actin, we're going to head back to the Weaver's Guild and speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster, and turn in the quest. So go ahead and hand that over now. After that, we're going to speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster, again and accept the level 25 job quest known as That Velveteen Dress. So now we have to head to Kokomo and Babawai, and please remember this location as we're going to come here a couple more times in the future. So we're going to pass the Aethernet Shard, and when we get to the Gold Court, we're going to speak to Kokomo and Babawai. After that, head back to the Weaver's Guild and speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster. And now we have to craft a high quality undyed velveteen. Now this must be high quality. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and synthesize. We're going to start off with waste knot 2. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch again, standard touch. And with the remaining bit of durability, we can do 1 basic synthesis to complete the craft. There we go, we've crafted a high quality undyed velveteen. So go ahead and speak to Reginald Rose to complete the quest. After that, we're going to speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster, again and accept the level 30 job quest known as Miner on a Mission. So go ahead and head back to Rawaruka at the Miners Guild. After that, head back to the Weaver's Guild. Now we have to craft a high quality velveteen gaiters, and it must be high quality. So open up your crafting log and search up velveteen gaiter. And then we're going to go ahead and synthesize this now. So we're going to do waist knot 2. And then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. Using up all our waist knot 2 stacks, bringing us up to 8 inner quiet stacks. That should complete the quality bar. And with the remainder of our durability, we're going to do basic synthesis to complete the craft. And it should only take 2 of them. So go ahead and do that now. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality Velveteen Gators. So go ahead and speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster, to complete the quest. Alright. There we go. After that, speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster, again to accept the level 35 job quest known as Design by Committee. So head back to Rararuka at the Miners Guild, and then head back to the Weavers Guild. Now we're going to have to craft a high quality linen shirt. So go ahead and open up the crafting log, and in the recipe search, look up linen shirt. And once again, this has to be high quality. We're going to start off with waist knot 2, and then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, and then basic touch, standard touch again, bringing us to 8 inner quiet stacks and using up all our waist knot 2 stacks. And with the remainder of the durability, we're going to use all of it on 4 basic synthesis. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you need to, and that should craft a high quality linen shirt. So now go ahead and speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster, to complete the quest. And hand over our high quality linen shirt. Alright, great. So now we're going to speak to Regilant Rose again, and we're going to grab the level 40 job quest known as A Subtle Inquiry. So now we're going to head back to Kokomo, and then after that head back to the Weavers Guild, and now we're going to be crafting a high quality woolen tights. And we're going to start off with waist knot 2. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And that's going to use up all our waist knot 2 stacks. But most likely your quality bar won't be finished at this point. Now we have enough durability to do another basic touch, but we will have to stop there because we won't have much CP and durability left. So hopefully that fills up your quality bar. And now that we're there, we're going to then use Veneration, because we only have a little bit of durability left. And what Veneration is going to do, it's going to buff the next synthesis actions. So now we're going to use basic synthesis until we complete the progress bar. And there we go, we've crafted a high quality woolen tights. So go ahead and speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster, to complete the quest. Alright, so go ahead and hand over your high quality woolen tights, and then complete. So now we should be level 51, but we're not done yet. We still need to get some more EXP. So go ahead and speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster, again, and grab the level 45 job quest known as Intervention. From there, head back to the Miners Guild and speak to Rararuka. And now let's head back to the Weavers Guild, and we're going to be crafting 3 high quality items. High quality woolen beret, high quality woolen gown, and a high quality woolen gaskins. We're going to start off with crafting a high quality woolen beret. Now we're going to use waist knot 2. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. That should use up all 8 stacks of Waste Not 2, bringing us to 8 Inner Quiet. But most likely our quality bar is not finished, so we're going to use a new ability that we just got at level 50 called By God's Blessing. This is very powerful, and it's going to use all your Inner Quiet stacks to slam out a lot of quality. After that, we can use the remaining 30 durability on 3 basic synthesis. So 1, 2, and our third one. Now, we're going to be using the same rotation for the other 2 crafts that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. So just use the same rotation on the woolen gown as well as the woolen gaskins. So Waste Not 2. Basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, using up all our Waste Not 2 stacks. Then using By God's Blessing to slam out our quality bar. And then finalizing the progress bar with 3 basic synthesis. And after all of that, you should have crafted a high quality woolen beret, a high quality woolen gown, and a high quality woolen gaskins. And after all of that, we're then going to speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster, and turn in all 3 to complete the quest. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and hand over each one of them. And as you notice with these crafts, the rotations are going to get a lot more difficult. So after this, we're going to be eating a high quality food and a high quality potion as well. So go ahead and speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster again, and grab the level 50 job quest known as A Miner Reborn. And this is going to have us crafting 3 different items. A high quality Patrician's Bottom, a high quality Patrician's Wedge Cap, and a high quality Patrician's Coatee. But before that, open up your inventory, and we're going to be eating a high quality chili crab and a high quality Cunning Craftsman syrup. Now I listed these at the beginning of the video, and from here on out, for every craft that we do going forward, we're going to be eating these all the way up until max level. Alright, so go and open up your crafting log. And the first item that we're going to be crafting is the Patrician's Bottoms. And we're going to be using Waste Not 2, followed by Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And that should use all of our 8 stacks of Waste Not 2 and bring us up to 8 stacks of Inner Quiet. After that, we're going to be using a very, very powerful rotation, which is Innovation, Great Strides into By God's Blessing. And it's very important to note that even though the tooltip says affected by touch actions, and By God's Blessing doesn't say touch in the name, what's really important to note is when the game states touch action, it really means any action that affects quality. So as you can see here, we've maxed out our quality bar, so now we're going to do Veneration, followed by 3 basic synthesis to complete the craft. Now we're going to be doing the same rotation for the next 2 items. So just go ahead and do Patrician's Wedge Cap next. And we're going to do Waste Not 2, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And then Innovation, Great Strides by Our God's Blessing combo. And then we're going to end off with Veneration, followed by 3 Basic Synthesis. And now we're going to go ahead and craft the Patrician's Coatee. Now, please remember the Innovation, Great Strides by Our God's Blessing combo, as it's going to be a very useful rotation to know when you get to max level. A lot of crafts from here on out, we're going to be using that whenever we make high quality items. So now that you've crafted those 3 items, we're going to speak to Reginald Rose, the Guildmaster. But it's also important to take note that we're actually going to be crafting one of each of these Patrician items later on in the video, because we're going to need a little bit more EXP. But for now, go ahead and turn in those 3 that we just crafted. Alright, so now we're going to have to speak to Rawaruka at the Gold Court. So we're gonna head due northwest past the Aetherite Shard. And we're gonna find Raruka over here, right before the Gold Court. So go ahead and speak to him now. After that, head back to the Reavers Guild to complete the quest by speaking to Reginald Rose. Okay, so now we're going to speak to Reginald Rose again, and we're going to accept the level 50 job quest known as the Social Network, but we're not going to be doing this job quest just yet. Instead, we're going to head to Ishgard and work on Guild Leves for now, and we're going to save that job quest for later to give us an extra boost to our experience after we hit level 60. So take your Aetherite teleport and head to Foundation. So for here, we're going to start part 2, and we're going to be doing levels 52 to 64. But before we begin, we're going to have to purchase 7 Domo Leather, 3 Electrum Ingot, 12 Grade 1 Dexterity Dissolvent, 9 Hollowed Rami Cloth, 22 Holy Water, 5 Linen Yarn, 3 Mithrite Nugget, 6 Opal, 11 Rainbow Cloth, 4 Rainbow Thread, 3 Rami Cloth, 1 Rose Gold Nugget, 4 Rubber, 9 Undyed Felt, 1 Undyed Woolen Cloth, 6 Woolen Yarn, and 1 Chivalric Doublet of Healing. And it's very important to note that it only needs to be normal quality. So purchase the cheapest Chivalric Doublet of Healing that you can find on the market board, as we will not be discussing Master Tomes in this video. So now that we're in the city of Ishgard, we're going to take the Aetherite Telepoint to the Skysteel Manufactory. And once we arrive there, we're going to head due east toward the Temple Levmet. Now the nice thing about these Lev quests here is that the quest giver and the turn-in are right next to each other. So we're going to stand in between Eloin, the Temple Levmet, and Fionnuala. Now we're still level 52 and we need to get some EXP. We need to get to 53 for the next part of the video. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to craft one of every patrician's armor from head to feet, and that's going to give us some EXP, and we're going to get very close to level 52. Now make sure you have your high quality chili crab and your high quality cunning craftsman syrup up at all times from this section of the video onward, because everything we're going to be crafting from now on are going to be very difficult to craft. Now go ahead and open up your crafting log and search up patricians, and we're going to be crafting each one of these, and we're going to start off with the patrician's gloves. Now we're going to be using the same rotation that we did earlier, and that's going to be waist knot 2, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. That should use up all our waist knot 2 stacks. Then we're going to do innovation, great strides, by our God's blessing, and then veneration, and then ending off with 3 basic synthesis. Once again, that's just like before. Once you craft one of every one of these equipment, it's up to you what you want to do with it. Personally, I recommend selling it on the market board so you can recoup some of your money. These sell for a pretty good amount of profit, and they sell very quickly. So these are a good thing to sell and probably continue to sell. Either way, even after we craft all of these, we're still going to be barely shy of where we need to be on our experience, because we really do need to hit level 53. But that's okay. We're going to get there by crafting some materials with the last bit of the EXP, which is going to be a very small amount, as you're going to see in just a moment. Alright, so now this is the last patrician's gear that we have to craft, which I believe is the patrician's bottoms, and after that we should be good. And as you can see here, there's just a sliver left. So now we're going to be crafting Holy Rainbow Cloth, and we're going to be crafting 6 of them, because we're going to be using them in making our Holy Rainbow shoes later on. But before we continue, I'm going to show you the gear that we use for this section of the video. Now please keep in mind that most of the gear is still the same, but we did upgrade the main hand weapon, as well as the earring and both rings. And the reason why we did this is all 4 of that equipment slots are level 52. And when we get to level 53, we're going to upgrade everything else. Alright, so now that we got gear out of the way, remember that there's a material, so it's only going to have 40 durability to work with. So make sure you have your food and your potion active, because you're definitely going to need it. Now this craft is actually very difficult at this level. So we're going to start off with Waste Not 2. And we're going to use 6 of those stacks by doing Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And that'll bring us to Inner Quiet 6. And our last 2 stacks of Waste Not 2, we're going to use on Great Strides into Byregot's Blessing. And that's going to use up a lot of our durability. So as you can see here, we're on our final 10. And after we use Byregot's Blessing, we're going to go down to 5 durability, as you can see there. So we're going to have to use Master's Mend to bring us up to 35 so we don't break the craft. Then we're going to do Veneration and 3 basic synthesis in a row to complete the progress bar. After that, we should have crafted a high quality Holy Rainbow Cloth. But we're going to craft 5 more. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward after crafting all of those. And as you can see here, we're going to be level 53 after all that's said and done. So now I'm going to show you the gear that we use for this next section of the video. We've upgraded almost everything but our offhand weapon. So as you can see there, all armor pieces as well as our neck and our wrist have been upgraded. So now we're going to start working on our Tradecraft Leves. So now we're going to grab the level 52 Lev quest known as An Account of My Boots. Now this is the triple turn-in. So we're going to be crafting 3 of these high quality Holy Rainbow shoes. Now we've already crafted some of the materials, so we're going to have a little bit of a boost on our quality bar, which is great because these crafts are going to be very difficult going forward. So go ahead and grab that Lev quest now. And then after that, go ahead and open up your crafting log and search for Holy Rainbow shoes. But make sure your food is active. Very important, because they should be running out around now. So go ahead and activate your high quality chili crab as well as your high quality cunning craftsman syrup if they're almost out. And then go ahead and hot load your high quality materials. And as you can see here, we have 7% boost into our quality. So we're going to start off with Waste Not 2, followed by Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. That's going to bring us to Inner Quiet 6. And with our remaining 2 Waste Not 2 stacks, we're going to do Great Strides into Byregot's Blessing to cap out on our quality bar. So that should be 100% at this point. From there, we still have a decent amount of durability to work with. So we're going to do Veneration, and then we're going to use 4 basic synthesis in a row to complete the progress bar. And after that, we should have crafted a high quality Holy Rainbow shoes. But remember, this is a triple turn-in, so go ahead and craft 2 more. Alright, so now that we've crafted our 3 high quality Holy Rainbow shoes, go ahead and speak to Finula and turn all 3 of them in. So we're going to hand over the first one. Yes. Complete. Going to submit additional. We're going to hand over our second one. Yes, and complete. And some additional. Hand over our third one. Yes, and complete. Alright, so now we're level 55, which is great. So now I'm going to show you the gear that I used for this next section of the video. Now, the only thing we pretty much changed at this point was the necklace, because we're level 54. Everything else pretty much is still the same from when we were level 53. As you can see here. Alright, so as you can see, only the necklace was changed. Everything else is still good to go. And we're still using a level 40 offhand. So now go ahead and speak to Eloy in the Temple Levement, and we're going to grab the Tradecraft Lev known as Clothing the Naked Truth. Now this is a single turn in, but it's a lot of EXP, so it's totally worth it. So we're not actually going to be doing a triple turn in this time. We're going to be doing a single turn in. So we're going to be crafting one Raimi Robe of Casting. Only one. And that should get us to the next Lev Quest bracket. So go ahead and synthesize now. Now we're going to be using our new ability that we just learned called Muscle Memory. This is very important. This is a very powerful skill. But it must be done on the first action, because it's an opener, as you can see here. If you've done a different action, you cannot use this anymore. So this must be done first. So as you can see here, by activating it, we get a large amount of progress, which is great. After that, we're going to do Basic Synthesis, because that will still combo off of Muscle Memory. And that's going to get us very close to capping out our progress. So we're not going to use Veneration. So it's, as you can see here, the rotation is going to be first action Muscle Memory, second action Basic Synthesis. Now we're going to move on to working on our quality bar. So we're going to activate Waste Not 2, followed by Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And that should use up all of our Waste Not 2 stacks, bringing us up to Inner Quiet 8. But our durability is going to be down to 10. So we're going to have to use Master's Mend to bring us up to 40 durability. After that, we're going to do Great Strides into Buyer God's Blessing to cap out on our quality bar. And then we're going to do Basic Synthesis to complete the progress bar. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality Raimi Robe of Casting. So go ahead and speak to Fionnuala and turn that in. And as you can see here, we've leveled up to 56. So now we can speak to Eloy in the Temple Levement again. And this time we're going to grab the Lev quest known as Investing in the Future. Now this is a triple turn in, and we are going to be repeating this. So we're going to do this twice. So we're going to craft a total of 6 hollowed Raimi doublets of aiming. And this should get us to level 60, because this is a very, very good Lev quest. Going to get a lot of EXP out of this one. Alright, so go ahead and put that into your crafting log. And we're going to start off with Muscle Memory just like the previous craft. And we're going to follow up with Basic Synthesis. But this time, you're going to notice that there's still a lot of progress bar that we need to get through. And we're going to return to that later after we max out our quality bar. After that, we're going to follow up with Waste Not 2. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. Using up all of our Waste Not 2 stacks and bringing us up to Inner Quiet 8. After that, you're going to notice we only have 10 durability left. So we're going to have to do Master's Mend to bring us back up, so we don't actually break the craft. That'll bring us to 40 durability. Then we're going to do Great Strides into Buyer God's Blessing to cap out on our quality bar. And with the remainder of our durability, we can do 3 Basic Synthesis in a row. After doing so, you should have crafted a high quality hollowed Raimi doublet of aiming. But remember, this is a triple turn in, and we're going to be repeating this Lev quest twice. So you're going to have to craft 5 more of them. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward past all of that. Now we've already turned in the first Lev quest, and now we're turning in the second set. So we're going to hand in our 4th hollowed Raimi doublet of aiming. As you can see here, we're already level 60 off of that. Some medicinal, yes. We're going to hand over our 5th one. Complete. And now our final 6th Hollowed Raimi Doublet of Aiming. And as you can see here, now we're level 61, which is great. Because we're going to work on doing job quests next in this area. And that's going to give us even more EXP so we can skip a very expensive tier of gear and go straight into a more gil efficient set of crafting gear. So as you can see here, we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint and we're going to go to the last vigil. Once we arrive there, we're going to head due southwest a couple steps and we're going to speak to Bardalot. After a quick conversation, we're then going to head all the way back to the Aetheryte Telepoint and we're going to head to the Jeweled Crozier. So go ahead and do that now. And once we get there, we're going to run up the steps on our right. And once we get to the top of the steps, we're then going to head due northwest. And we're going to speak to Famosis. After doing that, we're going to head due north. And we're going to head into the cathedral. And once we get inside St. Ramuid's Cathedral, we're going to speak to Glenda. After a quick conversation, we're then going to head to the Aetheryte Telepoint. Now, this next location I want you to remember because we're going to be returning to here very often. So we're going to take the Aetherium Astrologicum Aetheryte Telepoint. Then we're going to head due west and we're going to speak to Averil. And like I said, we're going to have to remember this location because we're going to be returning here very often. So go ahead and speak to Averil and complete the quest. After doing so, speak to Averil again and accept the level 53 job quest known as Tomboy Foolery. After that, we're going to head all the way back up to Glenda at the cathedral. Once there, go ahead and speak to Glenda. And after doing so, now we're going to head all the way back to Averil. And now we have to craft a high quality Holy Rainbow gloves, but before that, we're going to craft 2 high quality Holy Rainbow cloth. Just like we did before, we're going to be using the same rotation that we did. So go ahead and look for your Holy Rainbow cloth. And go ahead and synthesize. And it's going to be the same rotation as before. That's Waste Not 2, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Great Strides, God's Blessing, Master's Mend, then 3 Basic Synthesis. After you've crafted your 2 high quality Holy Rainbow cloth, we're then going to use those materials to craft the high quality Holy Rainbow gloves. So there we go, we've got the materials done. So let's look for Holy Rainbow gloves in our crafting log. Alright, so here we go. Got our Holy Rainbow gloves ready to go. We're going to start off with Waste Not 2, followed by Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. That's going to use up 6 of our Waste Not 2 stacks, leaving us with 2 more. We're going to have 8 Inner Quiet stacks. So with our last remaining 2 Waste Not 2 stacks, we're going to use Great Strides into God's Blessing. That should complete our quality bar. Now we're going to work on our progress. So from there, we're going to do Veneration, followed by 3 Basic Synthesis to complete the progress bar. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And after doing so, you should craft the high quality Holy Rainbow gloves. Alright, and there we go. So now go ahead and speak to Averil to complete the quest. So we're going to go ahead and hand them over. And after that, we're going to speak to Avril again. And this time we're going to grab the level 55 job quest, known as For Lover and Country. So now we're going to head to the Aetheryte telepoint nearby on the east. Do not head west because that path is kind of confusing to go through. So go to the Aetheryte telepoint and take the last vigil. Once we arrive there, we're going to look for 2 well-dressed townspeople. The first one we can find directly due south from where we teleported in. Very easy to see. Then we're going to turn all the way back north and head back toward the Aetheryte telepoint that we just came from. And we're going to pass it just a couple more steps. And we're going to speak to the well-dressed townsperson over here. After we speak to both people, we're going to head back to the Aetheryte telepoint. And we're going to speak to Avril again. Now we're going to head back to the city of Ulda at the Weaver's Guild, and we're going to speak to Regilant Rose. After that, we're going to be crafting 3 more Holy Rainbow Cloth so that we can craft the Holy Rainbow Hat of Healing afterwards. So once again, just like before, we're going to be doing the same rotation that we did before when we were crafting them. So go ahead and in your crafting log, look for Holy Rainbow Cloth. And we're going to do Waste Not 2, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Great Strides, by God's Blessing, Master's Mend, and then finishing off with 3 Basic Synthesis. And after you've crafted all of those high quality Holy Rainbow Cloth, we're then going to move on to the next item, which is to craft a high quality Holy Rainbow Hat of Healing. Here we go. This should be our 3rd one. And there we go. Crafted 3 high quality Holy Rainbow Cloth. So now in your crafting log, search for Holy Rainbow Hat of Healing. And there we go. So we're going to start off with Muscle Memory, followed by Waste Not 2. Then Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And with our last 2 Waste Not 2 stacks, we're going to use Great Strides into By God's Blessing. Then we're going to finish off our progress by doing Veneration and 2 Basic Synthesis in a row. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality Holy Rainbow Hat of Healing. So now we're going to head all the way back to Ishgard by taking the Foundation Teleport. And we're going to go and speak to Avril again to complete the quest. So go ahead and hand over the hat and complete. And now we're going to speak to Avril again, and this time we're going to grab the level 58 job quest known as Spinning the Truth. So now we're going to head all the way back to Glenda at the cathedral. And then after that, we're going to head back to Avril. And now we have to craft 3 high quality Quarrel Silk. Now every time we do a craft of this, we're going to get 2 of them. So we actually have to craft this 2 times, and that'll give us 4, so we'll have 1 extra. But this craft is very difficult because it has durability of 35. So make sure you have your high quality Chili Crab and your high quality Cunning Craftsman Spirit active. So now we're going to start with Waste Not 2. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, bringing us to 6 stacks of Inner Quiet. We have 2 stacks of Waste Not 2 left, but we only have 5 durability at this point. So we have to use Master's Mend. Very important. Now for the rest of the quality, we're going to do Innovation into Great Strides into By God's Blessing, because we still have like half the bar to do, so it's a lot of quality to make up for. Now after doing that, you should max out your quality at a 100%. So we're then going to do veneration, and then we're going to do 2 careful synthesis in a row. That's our new ability. Very powerful, and that should craft a high quality crawler silk. You actually should get 2. So we're going to have to do it one more time. We're going to use the same rotation that we just did. Waste not 2, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. Bringing us to 5 durability. Master's Mend to bring that back up. Innovation, great strides into Pyrogath's Blessing. Veneration, and then finishing with 2 careful synthesis. After that, go ahead and speak to Avril again and hand over our 3 high quality crawler silk to complete the quest. Now go ahead and speak to Avril again, and this time we're going to grab the level 60 job quest called Never Leave Without a Goodbye. So we're going to head back to the last vigil to the Aetheryte telepoint, and we have to look for 2 well-dressed townspeople. Now the first one is going to be directly due east of the Aetheryte telepoint. After that one, we're going to head toward the male Moogle to the southwest. So go all the way down these steps, and you'll find the well-dressed townsperson down over here. After that, we're going to head back to Avril. And then we're going to head all the way to Olda at the Weaver's Guild and speak to Regilant Rose, the Guildmaster. Then we're going to head back to Avril. And we're going to turn in our Chivalric Doublet of Healing that we purchased earlier. And now we're going to head to the Aetheryte telepoint. And we're going to go to the Broom. And once we arrive there at the Broom, we're going to head due southwest, up these stairs, and we're going to click onto this shiny destination point. And then we're going to go ahead and complete the quest. And at this point we should be level 64, which is great because that gives us access to the next tier of gear, which we're definitely going to need. So now we're going to teleport to the city of Kugane. So go ahead and do that now. And we're going to be moving into part 3. And we're going to be doing levels 64 to 74. And the nice thing about this is we will not need to purchase any items for the job quests. And we're only going to be purchasing items for the Lev quests. So please purchase 9 Durium Nuggets, 18 Grade 1 Reestry of Mind, 4 Grade 1 Reestry of Strength, 2 Gayuki Leather, 2 Copper Nickel Ingot, 6 Kudzu Cloth, 9 Marad Leather, 2 Ruby Cotton Yarn, 27 Steppy Surge, and 9 Worsted Yarn. So it's a very short list of things that we need to buy, and these levels are going to go very quick. So here we are in the city of Kugane. Now we're going to head due northwest from the main Aetheryte crystal towards Umaneko's tea house. And we're going to stand in between Caltrang and Chantine. And I'm going to show you the gear that we used for this section of the video. And please keep in mind that every slot has been upgraded with high quality gear. Now this is very important because these crafts are very difficult. Also alongside with this, we're going to also make sure to eat high quality chili crab and drink high quality cunning craftsman syrup, as we're going to need the boost to the stats. It's very important because these crafts are very difficult to do. Alright, so after you have all your food and buffs ready to go, we're going to speak to Caltrang the Levmet. And we're going to grab the Lev crest Apparent Apparel. And we're going to repeat this Lev quest one more time after doing it the initial time. Now this is a single turn in. So we're going to be crafting 2 high quality Kuzu Tunic of Striking. So go ahead and open up your crafting log and look for Kuzu Tunic of Striking. Remember, we're going to be crafting 2 of these because we're going to repeat this Lev quest. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, and that's going to give us a large amount of progress. Remember, this needs to be done as the first action because it's an opener. After that, we're going to follow up with final appraisal. Now, you probably don't need to use this, but this will protect from over completing the progress bar. Then we're going to do veneration. Now we're going to do waste not 2. And then we're going to do careful synthesis, and this is going to give a large amount of progress. After that, we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch to use up waste not 2 stacks. Then we're going to do standard touch, followed by great strides, God's blessing. And with our last bit of durability, we're going to end the craft by using careful synthesis, and that should complete the progress bar. Now remember, you have to craft 1 more of these because we're going to do this Lev quest twice total. So I'm going to fast forward, and now we're at the second time we're going to turn in our Lev quest. And as you can see here, by doing so, you should hit level 66. Now this is a great level because they're going to unlock a Lev quest that can give a large amount of EXP. Very efficient. So go ahead and speak to Couching the Levmet, and we're going to grab the Lev quest known as To the Tops, and we're going to take this all the way up to 70. Now we're going to do this Lev quest a total of 3 times, and this is a triple turn-in, so we're going to be crafting 9 total high quality Surge Gambeson of Healing. This is a very good Lev quest. So we're going to start off with Muscle Memory, followed by Final Appraisal. Then we're going to do Veneration, Waste Not 2. Then we're going to do Careful Synthesis. And that should give us a decent amount of progress, but it shouldn't max out. Then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch to use up all our Waste Not 2 stacks. Then Standard Touch to bring us to 8 Inner Quiet stacks. Then we're going to do Great Strides, God's Blessing to complete our quality bar. And with the last bit of durability, we're going to do Veneration into Careful Synthesis. And that should craft a high quality Surge Gambeson of Healing. Now remember, this is very important. We're going to be crafting a total of 9 of these, because we're going to do this Lev quest 3 times. So once again, we're going to fast forward. And we've already turned these in twice, so we've turned in 6 of them, and now we're turning in the final 3. So we're going to hand over our 7th. Some additional, yes. Hand over our 8th. Complete. Some additional, yes. And now we're going to hand over our 9th. And as you can see here, we're already level 71. That's a lot of EXP from level 66 to 71. Alright, so now that we've done these Lev quests, we're going to go back and do our job quests now. So head back to the city of Ulda. And then we're going to head to the Weaver's Guild so we can speak to Regilant Rose. So go ahead and do that now. And we're going to grab the level 60 job quest known as When East Meets West. So now we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint to the Adventurers Guild. And we're going to head toward the Ruby Road Exchange. And we're going to go towards where Rorich, the independent importer, is. And almost when we get there, we're going to speak to Ditenia Master. After that, we're going to head back to the Aetheryte Crystal. And we're going to use the telepoint to the Chamber of Rule. Once we arrive there, we're going to head due south around this ring. And we're going to speak to Keimei. After that, head back to the Weaver's Guild and speak to Regilant Rose to complete the quest. Then go ahead and speak to Regilant Rose the Guildmaster again. And we're going to grab the level 63 job quest known as the Butterfly Effect. So now we're going to head to Kugane. And once we arrive there, please remember these locations that we're going to, because we're going to revisit all of them multiple times over. So take the Aetheryte Telepoint, and we're going to head to the Razkuza district. And once we get there, we're going to head due west, and we're going to speak to Keimei. After that, we're going to head back towards the Aetheryte. And when we get there, we're going to head due north through this alleyway. And we're going to speak to Kotocho. Remember this spot, because we're going to come here quite often as well. Then head back to Keimei. And now speak to Yugiri. And this is going to get us the materials we need. Now the nice thing is, we have to craft a high quality elegant bustle, but all the job quests here in Kugane supply the materials, so we don't have to buy any. And if the craft fails to high quality, just throw away the normal quality item and speak to Yagiri to get new materials. So we're going to be crafting an elegant bustle, and we're going to start off with Reflect, which is a new ability, and that's going to give us 2 inner quiet stacks, but it can only be used at the start of a craft. Then we're going to use Waste Not 2. Then we're going to follow up with 3 Preparatory Touch, which are also very new abilities that we just got, but they're also very powerful. Every time we use this ability, we're going to get 2 Inner Quiet stacks, but it's going to cost double the durability. But since we have Waste Not 2 active, instead of it costing 20, it's only going to cost 10, which is totally worth it. After we have 8 stacks of Inner Quiet, we're going to use Great Strides into Byrgot's Blessing to complete our quality bar. Then we're going to use Veneration to buff up our synthesis abilities, and we're going to use 3 Careful Synthesis in a row to complete the progress bar. After doing so, we should get a high quality elegant bustle, but just in case it doesn't high quality, you can throw away the normal quality item and speak to Yagiri, just like I said the other day. Alright, so now that we have that crafted, we're going to speak to Keimei to complete the quest. We're going to go ahead and hand over. And there we go. Now we're going to speak to Keimei again. And this time we're going to get the level 65 job quest known as the Crane's Caveat. So now head back to the back alley and speak to Kotocho. And after doing so, head all the way back to Keimei. Then speak to Yagiri. And now we're going to craft a high quality Winsome Spring Dress. Go ahead and put that in your crafting log. And we're going to use the same rotation that we just used, because it's a very good rotation at this level. It's going to be Reflect, Waste Not 2, 3 Preparatory Touch in a row. Once we get to 8 Inner Quiet stacks, we're then going to use Great Strides into Byrgot's Blessing. Then, now that our quality bar is maxed out, we're going to do Veneration, and then finishing off our progress bar with 3 Careful Synthesis in a row. And just like before, if you fail at the high quality, just throw away the item and speak to Yagiri again. And as you can see here, now we've crafted a high quality Winsome Spring Dress. So after that, we're going to speak to Keimei to turn in the quest. So go ahead and do that now. Hand over. And complete. Now go ahead and speak to Keimei again. And this time we're going to grab the level 68 job quest known as A Geico for All Seasons. After that, head all the way back to the back alley again and speak to Kotocho. After a quick dialogue, we're then going to head all the way back to Keimei. And then speak to Yagiri. Now we're going to craft a Seductive Bustier. So go ahead and put that in the crafting log. And once again, we're going to be using the same rotation. A very powerful rotation. So Reflect, into Waste Not 2. Then 3 Preparatory Touch in a row, bringing us to 8 in required stacks. Then Great Strides by our God's Blessing to complete our quality bar. Then Veneration, followed up by 3 Careful Synthesis to complete the progress bar. And as you can see, these are very easy to high quality. And there's no risk because the materials are supplied for free and indefinitely. So don't worry, just take it easy. Don't worry about popping too many food buffs. After that, I'm going to speak to Kame again. I'm going to hand over the high quality Seductive Bustier. So now we're going to head to the Aetheryte Crystal and we're going to teleport to Pier number 1. So go ahead and head east to the crystal nearby, right before the alleyway. And select Pier number 1 in the southwest corner of the map. After that, we're going to head west toward the dock. And we're going to speak to Kotocho. After a quick cutscene, then head all the way back to Kame to complete the quest. Now it's up to you what you want to get as your reward. I personally like the command materia, but it's all personal preference. So go ahead and speak to Kame again, and this time grab the level 70 job quest known as Send Me an Angel. Now we're going to head back to the alleyway and speak to Kotocho. Then head back to Kame. And this time head back to Pier number 1. And head to the dock and this time speak to Kototsuru. Then head back to Kame. After quick dialogue, then we're going to speak to Yagiri. And now we're going to craft 2 items. We're going to craft a high quality Tenyo Hogoramo, and we're going to do that twice. And we're going to use a very similar rotation that we've been using earlier. The only difference is we're going to have to do an extra careful synthesis at the end. So once again, start off with Reflect, followed by Waste Not 2, then 3 Preparatory Touch in a row, bringing us to 8 in required stacks. Then Great Strides into By God's Blessing to complete our quality bar. Then we're going to follow up with Veneration. And this time we're going to use 4 Careful Synthesis to complete our progress bar. And after that we should have crafted a high quality Tenyo Hogoramo. But we need to craft a second one, so just go ahead and synthesize again and repeat the same rotation that we just did. Very easy. After you have both of those crafted, speak to Kame and hand over both of them. And then speak to Kame again to complete the quest. Alright, so now we're level 74, which is great. So now we're going to teleport to the Crystarium for the next section of the video. Alright, so now we're going to go into part 4, and we're going to be doing levels 74 through 80. And we're going to be doing all of this through Leves at the Crystarium. But before that, we're going to need to purchase 4 Ateroceptor Leather, 12 Dwarven Cotton, 6 Grade 1 Dexterity Alkahest, 6 Grade 1 Mind Alkahest, 4 Grade 1 Strength Alkahest, 6 Halgai Mine, 3 Hard Silver Nugget, 6 Ovum Wool, 8 Pixie Cotton, 4 Rainbow Thread, 6 Sea Swallow Leather, 3 Star Ruby, 3 Titan Bronze Nugget, 8 Wildfowl Feather, and 3 Zonner Leather. Alright, so here we are at the Crystarium, and we're going to be doing only Leves all the way up to 80. We will not be doing any job quests at this time. So we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint and we're going to head to the Crystalline Mean. Once we arrive there, we're going to head due south toward the second green tent. And that's where the Crystarium Leves are. So we're going to go ahead and run there now. And we're going to stand in between Edacor and Moise. Now I'm going to show you the gear that I used for this section of the video. Now everything has been upgraded to the level 71 gear, as you can see here. You're definitely going to need it. This gear is very powerful and it's pretty cheap. And we're going to use this all the way up to level 80. So make sure it's all high quality, as that will definitely help. You're also going to need to eat high quality chili crab, as well as drink high quality Cunning Craftsman syrup. So we're going to speak to Edacor and grab the level 74 Lev quest known as Hunting Season. And this is a single turn-in quest, and we're going to do this 4 times. So we're going to be crafting 4 high quality Pixie Cotton Hat of Striking. And we're going to turn in 1 per Lev. So make sure you have all your food and buffs ready to go. And once that's all set, go ahead and put Pixie Cotton Hat of Striking into the crafting log. And we're going to go and synthesize. So we're going to start off with Muscle Memory as our opener. Then we're going to do Final Appraisal to protect us from overcapping our progress. Then we're going to activate Manipulation. So we have 8 turns where we're going to get refunded 5 durability after every action, which is great. After that, we're going to activate Waste Not 2. And then we're going to activate Groundwork. And that's going to max out our progress, bringing us to 1359, 1 shy of capping out. And that's very important, because there's a lot of progress to go through if you don't do it this way. And then we're going to work on our quality bar next. So we're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row, bringing us to 10 inner quiet stacks. Then we're going to do great strides into Byregot's Blessing to cap out our quality bar. And for our final action, we're going to do Basic Synthesis to get us that 1 last progress to complete the craft. And after that, we'll have crafted a high quality Pixie Cotton Hat of Striking. But remember, we're going to be doing this Lev quest 4 times, and they're a single turn-in. So we have to craft a total of 4 high quality Pixie Cotton Hat of Striking. So we're going to turn in the first one that we just crafted into Moise. And you're going to see we're going to get a pretty decent amount of EXP. Now we're going to go ahead and fast forward, and now we're going to turn in our 4th one. And this should get us to level 76, which will allow us to do the next set of Lev quests. So go ahead and speak to the Levmet. And now we're going to grab the level 76 Lev quest known as All-Purpose Overgarment. And this is also a single turn-in. And we're going to be doing this 3 times. So we're going to be crafting 3 high-quality Oven Wool Tunics of Aiming. So go ahead and put that in the crafting log. And you're going to notice that we're going to be using pretty much the same rotation. So Muscle Memory, Final Appraisal, Manipulation, Waste Not 2, then Groundwork to give us a huge amount of progress. Then we're going to work on our quality bar, and we're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row, which is going to bring us to 10 inner quiet stacks. Then after that, we're going to do great strides into Byregot's Blessing to cap out our quality bar. And then we're going to finish off with 1 basic synthesis to complete the progress bar. Alright, so now we're going to turn them into Moise. And remember, we're doing this Lev quest 3 times. So this is the 3rd time we're turning in this Lev quest. And that should get us to level 78. So now go ahead and speak to the Levmet again. And this time we're going to grab the level 78 Lev quest known as Healing Headwear. And we're going to do this Lev quest twice, but this is a triple turn-in, which means we're going to be crafting 6 high-quality Dwarven Cotton Petessos of Healing. Once again, just a reminder, make sure that you have your food and buffs active, so make sure to check your high-quality chili crab and your high-quality cunning craftsman syrup before you begin. So now we're going to be doing a little bit of a different rotation, starting off with muscle memory, then final appraisal, then veneration, followed by manipulation, then waste not 2, groundwork, then we're going to do preparatory touch 5 times in a row, followed by great strides, fire god's blessing, and we're going to end with a careful synthesis, because at level 78, when you did groundwork earlier, you didn't cap out your progress bar. So even though we did use final appraisal, that's there for when we hit level 79, because then we're going to start capping that out, so we want to make sure we have that as a protector. But as of right now, since we didn't cap out, we're going to use careful synthesis. Alright, so remember, we have to craft 6 of these, and we're going to be doing this Lev quest twice, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward, and we're going to be turning in our last 3. So speak to Moist, and we're going to hand in our 4th, some additional, then we're going to hand over our 5th, complete, some additional, and now our 6th and final one. And there we go, we should have barely hit level 80. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so we're finally at part 5, and we're going to be doing levels 80 to 90. And we're only going to be doing guild lives in the new Endwalker's City. And just like before, we have a shopping list of items that we need to acquire. So please purchase 24 Almasty Surge, 10 AR Saiyan Velvet, 6 Amantrine, 20 Dark Hempen Cloth, 12 Dwarven Cotton, 4 Dwarven Cotton Thread, 8 Gaja Leather, 10 Grade 5 Dexterity Alkahest, 10 Grade 5 Strength Alkahest, 5 Kumbira Leather, 5 Ophiataros Leather, 8 Pewter Ingot, 10 Scarlet Moko Cloth, 3 Sea Swallow Leather, 5 Snow Linen, 1 Stone Gold Nugget, 2 Wildfowl Feather. And for these last 2 items, we need to make sure we purchase them in high quality. So please purchase 5 high quality Manganese Ingot and 5 high quality Scarlet Moko Cloth. And the reason why these need to be high quality is because for the final crafts that we're going to be doing, they're going to be extremely difficult for the gear that we have equipped. And instead of paying money to upgrade to gear that will be outclassed very quickly, instead we're just going to buy these really cheap HQ materials. So once you get to the first city in the Endwalker's expansion, this is where we're going to be going to do our Lev quest. So teleport to Old Charlane, and once you get there, take the Aetheryte telepoint to Scholar's Harbor. After arriving there, we're going to head due northeast a few steps to the Lev quest area. Now we're going to stand in front of this corner in between Grigay and Adrien, because this is where we're going to pick up the quest and turn them in without having to move. So I'm going to show you the gear that I use for this section of the video. Now please keep in mind, we upgraded everything to high quality with the exception of the head, body, and legs. And that's because we're going to actually be crafting those 3 parts. But make sure everything is high quality. You're absolutely going to need every single CP and control that you get from this. It's very important. Alright, so we're going to be crafting 3 items. A Dwarven Cotton Beret, a Dwarven Cotton Jacket, and Dwarven Cotton Trousers. Now before that, make sure you eat your high quality chili crab and your high quality cunning craftsman syrup to boost your stats. So let's start off with the Dwarven Cotton Beret. Now these are all pretty easy, so we're going to be using the same rotation throughout all 3 crafts. So go ahead and synthesize now. Now we're going to start off with muscle memory, and that must be done as the first action because it is our opener. And then we're going to do final appraisal, and that'll protect us from overcapping our progress because this craft is actually very easy. After that, we're going to do manipulation to give us a refund of 5 durability after every durability affecting action. Then we're going to do veneration, and that'll buff up our synthesis actions. Most notably, what we're going to be using is groundwork. Then we're going to do Waste Not 2. And now we're going to do groundwork to max out our progress bar. So as you can see, we're 1779 out of 1780. Now let's work on the quality bar. So we're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row. And that should bring us to 10 inner quiet stacks. Once we get to that, we're then going to cap out our quality by doing great strides into Byregot's Blessing. And then after that, all we need to do is basic synthesis to complete the progress bar. After doing all of that, you should have crafted a high quality Dwarven Cotton Beret. Now, don't equip it just yet. We're then going to craft the other 2 pieces. And I'm just going to fast forward because we're going to be using the same rotation that we just used. So go ahead and craft a high quality Dwarven Cotton Jacket. Very easy. And this is why we didn't want to equip the head, because we don't want to go beyond what our abilities will do, so we don't have to change our rotation. After you've crafted a high quality Dwarven jacket, go ahead and craft a high quality Dwarven Cotton Trousers. Once again, using the same rotation. Very easy. Now, after you've crafted all 3 of them, then you can go ahead and equip them. We're definitely going to need these stats, so if for some reason you didn't craft a high quality, just try again. The materials are really cheap, so let's go and equip them now. And just as a refresh, I'm going to show you the gear that we use for this section of the video. So this is the finalized gear set we're going to use all the way up to 90. Alright, so now go ahead and speak to Grigay the Levmet and grab the level 80 Lev quest known as Helping Handwear. Now all of the Lev quests from this area are all single turn-ins. So we're going to have to do every one of these. We're going to do this Lev quest 6 times, which means we're going to craft 6 fingerless dark hempen gloves of healing. So I'm going to go and show you the first one. Then I'm going to fast forward into the turn-ins. Now these crafts are very difficult, so make sure you always have your food and potion active. So we're going to start off with Muscle Memory, followed by Final Appraisal to protect us from overcapping our progress. Now you shouldn't overcap this time, but when you hit the level 81 you might. So then we're going to do Manipulation into Veneration, then Waste Not 2. And now we're going to do Groundwork. And it's going to give us a large amount of progress, but it's not going to quite cap us out. So we still have our Final Appraisal up, so we're going to use Basic Synthesis. And now we're at 1999 out of 2000. So now we're going to work on our quality bar, and we're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row. Once you get to 10 inner quiet stacks, now it's time to cap out our quality bar. So we're going to do Innovation, Great Strides into Byregot's Blessing. And that should definitely cap out our quality bar. So all we have to do now is do 1 basic synthesis to complete the progress bar. Alright, there we go. We've crafted a high quality fingerless dark hempen gloves of healing. Now I'm going to fast forward. And now I'm going to show you what it's like to turn in and see how much EXP we're going to get. So we're going to speak to Alhodarine, and we're going to be turning in our 6th copy of a high quality dark hempen gloves of healing. Now as you can see, it didn't give that much EXP, and that's because there's no triple turn in, but we got to do what we got to do, so work with what we got. So now we're going to grab the level 82 Lev quest known as Color Coded, and once again there's a single turn in, and we're going to have to do this 8 times, and we're going to be crafting 8 high quality Almasty Surge Coat of Healing. So go ahead and put that in your crafting log, and we're going to go and synthesize now. Once again, make sure you have your food and your potion active. You need the high quality Chili Crab and the high quality Cunning Craftsman Syrup in order to do these crafts. Go ahead and synthesize. So now we're going to start off with muscle memory, then final appraisal, then manipulation, then veneration, waste not 2. And now we're going to do 2 groundwork in a row. Very important. And that should get us very close. So we're at 2550 out of 2600. So now we're going to work on our quality bar. So we're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row, bringing us to 10 inner quiet stacks. After we get to that, we're going to do innovation great strides into Byrgot's blessing. And that should cap out our quality bar. And if not, it will bring us at least very close. So the chances of high quality are extremely high. So here we go. We're going to do that now. Just so you can see. It's very difficult to high quality these crafts. And at the end, for the last action, we're going to have to do careful synthesis. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality Almasi Surge Code of Healing. So now we're going to go ahead and turn these in. Now remember, we had to do this 8 times. So this is the 8th turn in. So now we should be level 86. So now we're going to grab the next Lev quest. So go ahead and grab the level 86 Lev quest known as Tightening Up. And this time we have to do this 5 times. Once again, they're a single turn in. So we're going to be crafting 5 high quality Scarlet Moko Gaskins of the Rising Dragon. Wow, that's really hard to say. And again, make sure you have your food and potion active. So once you have both buffs up, then go ahead and put in your crafting log. And go ahead and synthesize. Now this craft is very tight. So you might want to consider using a high quality material. Either way, we're going to start off with muscle memory. Followed by final appraisal. Then manipulation. Veneration. Waste not 2. 2 groundwork in a row. And that's going to get us pretty close to the cap, but it's not going to be quite there yet. Now we're going to work on our quality bar. So we're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row, bringing us to 10 inner quiet stacks. After that, we're going to work on capping out our quality bar. So we're going to do innovation great strides into Byrgot's blessing. And that should cap out our quality, but there is a possibility that if you hit a pour, that it won't do it. For our last durability, we're going to do careful synthesis to complete our progress bar. And there we go. We've crafted a high quality Scarlet Moko Gaskins of the Rising Dragon. Now after you've crafted 5, go ahead and start turning them in. And that should get us to level 88. So I fast forwarded, and this is the 5th one we're turning in now. So now that we're 88, we're going to go ahead and grab the final Lev quest to push us to 90. And we're going to be doing the level 88 Lev quest known as A Better Bottom Line. And we're going to be doing this 5 times. So we're going to be crafting 5 high quality AR Saiyan Velvet Bottoms of Scouting. And most likely you'll hit 90 before you turn in your 5th Lev quest. That's what happened with me. I pretty much got my level by crafting it. But you're going to be doing this Lev quest 5 times. So go ahead and open up your crafting log. AR-Saiyan Velvet Bottoms of Scouting. And you're going to be needing to use 2 high quality materials. I found the cheapest were Scarlet Moko Cloth and Manganese Ingot. So make sure you hot load those 2 materials in HQ. And of course, eat your high quality chili crab and drink your high quality Cunning Craftsman syrup. You absolutely need these. This craft is extremely very hard. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, followed by final appraisal, then manipulation, veneration, waste not 2, 2 groundwork in a row, And we're still very far off on our progress bar. So now we're going to work on our quality bar first. We're going to do 5 preparatory touch in a row, bringing us to 10 inner quiet stacks. After we get to 10 inner quiet, we're then going to do innovation great strides into by our God's blessing. And most likely, if you didn't use any high quality materials, you're going to be shy from capping out your quality bar. This craft is very difficult. So now we're going to use careful synthesis, and we're still not going to cap out on our progress. But we still have 20 durability left. We're going to use that on 2 more basic synthesis to complete the craft. And there we go, we've crafted a high quality AR Saiyan Velvet Bottoms of Scouting. So go ahead and turn those in. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. Now this is me making the 5th AR Saiyan Velvet Bottoms of Scouting. As you can notice, I'm barely about to level. So just crafting this is going to take me there. So for your 5th Lev quest, it's up to you if you want to turn it in for the guild or if you want to sell it on the market board. I sold it on the market board and I made a lot of gil, so I'm probably gonna craft this a couple more times to recuperate a lot of the cost that I used to level this up. And there we go. Alright, we're level 90. Bada bing, bada boom. Happy crafting. Alright, now that you're level 90, go make that money. Thank you, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, and ringing that bell for future notifications on videos that I might be posting in the future. And in case you're interested in supporting the channel even more, I do have a merch website at streamlabs.com/DNGdangerous/merch. And until next time, take care, goodbye.